Well, first off, I'd like to ask you, how long have you been an actor? How long have you been in the business?
52 years of business. First movie in 1931.
Well, it sounds like things went pretty well for you.
Oh, very well, very well. Most of the pictures, the big companies, worked several times in Europe. I worked at the TV in the 60s, which, I appreciate the opportunity to be seen by a wider audience, but I got overexposed.
So what happened after that?
Well, after that, I spent a lot of time traveling. I couldn't get work. My agent advised me that I should avoid that series, but, it was a chance to make a quick few bucks, and I've been in it a long time. But what I'd like to talk about tonight is this may be one of the last monster movies that I may do.
I think your fans might be surprised to hear that.
Well, I know that. I have a lot of people that have been following me for years, but I love the monster movies. They've done a lot for me. I brought a lot of happiness into people's lives, but I think it's time for me to make people pictures. My agent and I have talked about this. I've changed agencies, of course. That it's time for me to break out of this mold.
So what is it about this film that you're finding the most enjoyable?
Well, from my point of view, what I most enjoy about this movie is the opportunity to work with children. Now, I got a lot of bad rap with these children. Early on, there was a scene with that little girl, and that little girl, it's a real problem. It's tough to work with. I had no choice but, to give her a swim. I didn't know she couldn't swim. But now I had a chance to work with these youngsters, wonderful actors, all of them, and to show the kind of a person I really am. Because it's too much involved with that guy Dracula over these years, and I finally have a chance to break away from that guy. Bad influence.
Because you're a good person.
I think so. I tell everybody think they're a good person, but I really work at it. Been a lot of years. Yeah. I feel that, given the opportunity, I would do what anybody else would do.
So why are people still frightened of you?
I don't get it. Sometimes I think it's, I don't know.
Could it be the way you look?
That part of it, I got to say the way I look, certain people have difficulty with. The size, I think the power. People frightened by the power. It's mostly that.
I would also think another reason is that you tend to stay in character while you're on the set, especially when you work with little children. Why do you continue to do that?
Well, I think it's important that in a story like this that there's a certain magic to it. And I think the children should be given the greatest opportunity to enjoy that magic, to believe in something. I think it's important children to have something to believe in. And I think Frankenstein is something that they can believe in.
So for you, it's important that they believe in the character as Frankenstein.
As Frankenstein, yes. It's important.
So you must have been very happy that this film came along.
Oh, I was very happy. Very excited. Loved the script. Chance to work with the kids. Chance to be a bit of a hero for once. Did like that.
What's the makeup process like for you? Do they do anything at all?
Oh, it's not bad. Little rouge, little makeup, to comb the hair out. Not much of anything. It's really not bad. People exaggerate this. I wish they would use a little more highlight here and there, and fill in a few of the scars. But they don't want to do that, so that's fine with me.
What about your walk? You have a very distinctive kind of lumbering walk. Is that caused by your boots or your costume, or?
Well, the boots are a little tricky to move in, and the costume's a little tight some places, but it's just a natural walk. Let me fix this wire.
Oh, okay. So if you could change anything about yourself, would you?
I could change anything. With some of these staples up here, You know, it's trouble when I sleep. With these modern times, I wish they could put in some plastic staples, but the metal ones, you know, I know they look good, you know, and people like that, so that's okay. And you know, I thought of a hair transplant, move the hair down a little bit, but you know, it's kind of a nice hairline. You know, women, yeah, I don't want to talk about that. It's off the set stuff, but I do okay.
Now, about the girls, I've heard you say you'd like to get the girl in a movie someday.
Well, that is true. I mean, I worked with a lot of pictures. There were a lot of beautiful girls. And I would come close, very close, and then they take the girl away. And I think a lot of people would like to see me get the girl. Isn't that true? I think a lot of people would. I really do. I mean, they'd like to see that me walk into the sunset with the girl. You know, start a new life together, give a new avenue of adventure to the storyline. But no, they don't want to do that, and I think a lot of people would like to see that.
Now, who would you say your friends are? Is like the Wolfman a friend of yours?
You know what, we're good friends. I wouldn't say we go drinking off the set a lot, but we're friendly. Mostly people out of the business. Golfing buddies, poker buddies. You know, I enjoy sports. Can't play too many of them, but I do enjoy watching. And yeah.
So now, if you look back on your life and your career, are you happy with it? I mean, do you think you've had a good life?
Yeah, had a good life. Nice career, good opportunities, met a lot of wonderful people, went places, pretty happy. I mean, I'd like to branch out a little now, but you know, I can't complain.
And finally, aside from acting, is there any occupation you'd ever want to try?
Oh, that's a tough question. Tough question. I love golf, but you know, all the stars love golf. I can't say I play well enough to pursue that as a career. What is it? Occupation. Oh, do you know? I know a lot of actors say this, but I'd like my shot at directing. I think I worked in business a long time, worked with a lot of big talents, seen a lot of good pictures, bad pictures being made, most of the good pictures. I think I picked up a lot, and I think that's something that I really could pursue to some success. I think I deserve a shot.
Well, best of luck to you, my friend.
Oh, thank you, Doc.
Great.